Well, hello, my beautiful Cancers. So, can we just take a minute? I want to thank you guys. I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't done tarot on YouTube in a long time. Haven't been on YouTube. I've been back and forth. But I just want to say, because I still get my analytics throughout the years that I haven't been on. You guys, I want to thank you because I keep getting views from old tarot readings from cancers. Cancers is like the most. They keep going back and you guys keep going back and watching my videos. And I just wanted to thank you because not only are you smart enough to understand, but again, you're very intuitive, empathic. Not only are you smart enough to understand that there's still messages there, that those messages can be cyclical for some people, um, but that you thought enough about me to watch those videos again and want my guidance. So I appreciate it. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you before we did this reading. This is about the new moon in Aquarius, but I'm also going to talk about some other stuff that's going on in astrology. It's just a little bit, and then I'm going to do a four card spread for Cancer. And again, I want to thank you so much for always supporting me. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. So let's get started. Okay, Cancer. So if we put you in the first house, your new moon in Aquarius, that's going to be February 9th, that's coming up. And yes, I still haven't changed. Y'all know, uh, I try to get things out on time, but sometimes that just doesn't work. And we've had these storms here in California, so our electricity's been going out, the internet's been going out, and I just couldn't. I was going back and forth with it. So today seems to be a calm day. I think the storms are going to hit. Another round's going to come tomorrow, so I'm trying to get some videos uploaded, downloaded, and all that. So just bear with me, but I know you do. I love you guys. So new moon in Aquarius. This is a very first, before I go into that, yeah, I'm already starting a channel. But before I go into that, I want to say that you guys have done so well in these last 2, 3 years. I know that you guys have been through some hard emotional things where I feel like you were awakened. I feel like you thought you knew what was up and you found out. I feel like for a lot of you, you found the patterns, the recurring patterns that you weren't able to, I won't say see because you've always seen it, but that you maybe didn't want to unravel it or invest too much in it because you didn't want it to change too much, even though you knew that it was not benefiting you, right? That's the thing about cancers a lot of people don't understand is, I mean, I always explain it like the shell. You're the crab that has the shell. Once you get in that shell, it is hard. Once somebody gets in that shell of yours, you can't just leave them, drop them, eh, stop it, cut them off. That's not your game. You can't do that. Like it's not like you don't want to, but even if they did you dirty, and some of you they've done you dirty, but even if they did you wrong, you can't do it. You just can't do it. It's really, really hard. But it's not that you absolutely cannot do it. It's that you do it in a different way, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I just want to say that that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like those people that, because you're not dumb, you saw it coming all along. These people that did you wrong, these situations that you put yourself in, these, some of you it was career, some of you, a lot of you it was relationship. Well, it's all relationship based, but some of you it was friendship, some of you it was family, some of you, uh, it was just, it was hard. And you felt like maybe at moments, not all the time, but maybe at moments you felt like it just didn't, there was nothing you could do about it, even though we always have a choice. And you understand that, but you, you're on a different level with the emotions. Like you are, Let me just say this. You don't take bonds easy, but when you do, they're for forever. I mean, that's your intent is forever, right? And so and so that's what I feel like you've done is that you kind of finally looked at those things because you got so tired of repeating the cycle that you really delved in and you've made some conscious choices that are different than you had been making in the past. Now, this has been going on for about 3 years. Some of you may be four, some of you may be two, some hard-headed ones. It was a year where it just finally some things you couldn't not see anymore. Yeah. Let me make this very clear. You can always see it and you always feel it, but you choose to ignore it because you don't for different reasons. For some, it's you don't want to hurt yourself even more. For others, it's you don't want to hurt other people even more. And it's almost like the situation is what the situation is, and I can handle it. And that's what you've done. Like you took the brunt. That's what a lot of people don't understand about you. You'll take the brunt of the emotional stuff, crap of people so lovingly, and you'll deal with it, right? Yeah, like you'll deal with it. Yeah, I don't know how better to explain that, but I felt like finally some of you cleared your field, went inside, did some real good soul searching. Then things, and some of you, things started happening, and then you did this. Some of you started doing this, and then things started happening, which kind of was reinforcing, well, should I be doing this? Because it really hurts and it's making things worse. But you saw through that, like you stayed through that. I hope I'm explaining this right. You stayed through that, and now that's what the message is they're very proud of you. You should be really, really proud of yourself because right now, moving forward, for those that are on my vibration, for those that see me, for those that have known me, for those that even if you just now saw me, you're on that track to building. Things are finally clear for you without all the emotional mumble jumbo weighing you down. A lot of you didn't realize it's like the Pluto series. Like you don't realize the baggage you're freaking carrying until you release it, and then you're like, God, like it's not like I can do so many more things, and my brain is so much freer with my emotions being handled, with me not being, with somebody around me not being abusive mentally, whatever. And my mind is clear, my brain is clear, my thinking is clear because I don't have that emotional baggage weighing me down. Speaking of which, if you guys haven't seen, I'm doing a Pluto series. You want to go check to see what your Pluto is, and I would watch the whole series because it's really, really deep. I channeled for a week and a half, maybe two, and that's why I'm doing this series right now, the New Moon series, because I had to get out of that energy because it's like deep. It's really deep and I gotta get out of it. Y'all know me. I'm the sad Gemini Aquarius. I gotta get out of that stuff sometimes. I can't be in it the whole time. Anyway, so I thought, let me do this over here. Let me get out of that because that stuff is deep. So if you haven't seen my Pluto series, go watch the Pluto series. Pluto looks like this because we're going to talk about it in a minute. Pluto looks like this. Go see in your natal chart where Pluto is and then watch that house. Okay? So it'll say, like right here, this is sixth house. But that's not where you were born with Pluto. Pluto can be anywhere in your chart when you're born. So go look at your natal chart and see where it's at. And to get the natal chart for those of you that are just starting astrology, you go to astro.com. I have my own software, but you can go to astro.com. You can get it for free. All you got to do is put your name, your birth date, birth time, and birth location. And then when you do that, it'll give you this chart, right? And then when you see the chart, it'll also give you some explanations and stuff. But when you see the chart, look for this symbol. And then you want to watch that. There's two there's two videos you want to watch. You want to watch where it where Pluto was when you were born, which is your natal chart, and then what you want to do is go look and see what house Aquarius is in. And this is Aquarius sign right here. You want to go look at the house Aquarius is in because that's where Pluto is at now. And that's a whole different, there's a transiting, see if I get this right. There's a transiting Pluto and then there's a natal Pluto. And the natal Pluto is when you were born, and the transiting Pluto is where it is right now. And then those two houses, the natal one is what you've been dealing with all your life. Those are the themes. And then the transit is what you're going to be dealing with the next 20 years. So for you, if you are a Cancer rising, Cancer ascendant, that means Cancer is in your first house. You were born with Cancer in your first house. Your Pluto is going to be in your sixth house. No, so what's it? Yeah, sixth house. Sixth house. Why am I not getting that right? So it would be Cancer, and your Pluto would be in your sixth house or seventh house. It kind of depends because I use Placidus, which is a little bit more advanced. We don't need to worry about that. So look for Pluto, but right now, Pluto, your new moon is in Aquarius, right? And so the new moon is in your seventh house, right? So because Cancer would be one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, sorry, eighth house. So let me make sure. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So the new moon, which we're talking about today, is in your eighth house. And then Pluto is transiting if you're a um, Cancer ascending in your eighth house. But see all these right here? These are really, they're all important planets. So when I say they're important planets, it doesn't mean they're more, you'll see these planets more make more of an effect, a lasting effect, where the moon comes and goes and the sun shines in different areas and Mercury moves fast, and these planets like Saturn moves slowly, Pluto definitely moves slowly. These move faster, but if you look, these planets are all in your seventh, eighth, and ninth house. Okay, so if you're a Cancer rising, um, the seventh, eighth, and ninth house are really, really activated. So if you don't know, the seventh house is where your partnerships are at, your love interest, actually partnerships, whether, I mean, they're your love interest, but that's not like the fifth house. So this is like partnerships, marriage, partnerships in business, partnerships with family, partnerships with friends. Like this is your partnership. The eighth house, which is really activated, because when I look at this, that tells me that you as Cancers are, it's the time, and you just started this. It's the, well, I'll say last 6 months. You just started. It's the phase of life for you is about rebuilding. What for some of you, what you once knew, and for others of you, what you want new and more. Okay? So, like for some of you, you want to rebuild it almost exactly like you had it before, but for others of you, you're wise enough and understand. Well, not that you others aren't wise enough. It's that you've grown and understood that you can have more, you want more. There's more depth to you now. That's what I'm feeling. There's more depth to you now. Not that you were not depth before. Depth didn't have depth before, but there's like this deeper resonance to you, almost like this, how do I explain it? Like this wholeness of you. I don't know how to explain this. It's like you're bigger, you know more, you've been through, and it didn't jade you. And it, some of you it did, and then you came back from that. Like it's like the soldier that comes back from war and you just you see it in their eyes, you know? It's like that. So this new moon is about new beginnings. So that's what a new moon is. It's about new beginnings. It's the sun and the moon coming together, right? So and it's an Aquarius, and we all know about Aquarius, right? And I've done some videos. I'm going to do more about Aquarius because I think it's really important. to understand Aquarius, and the reason is because of Pluto, because Pluto's going to be here for 20 years, right? And so Pluto's been in Capricorn, and we got to see what Capricorn was all about, right? We got to really understand the Capricorn energy. We got to really understand um, what structure and building and karmic and all of that stuff was, right? Which is Capricorn, right? We've had Capricorn, we had Pluto and Capricorn because Pluto's a generational planet, but it's personal too. Um, anyway, so we got the feeling of Capricorn. Pluto has moved into Aquarius, so we're going to be doing it the Aquarian way, right? And then it's going to go back into Capricorn one more time. I think it's September. I think I said June before, but that was wrong. September, and then I know it goes back November. So then it'll come back to Aquarius. So we're going to do so right here during that time in September. Mark my words. When Pluto goes back, it's going to finish up, and Capricorn was about, taking Pluto was about taking down the structures. So whatever is being stubborn and hasn't been taken down yet, it's going to come down. But we're moving into the revolutionary planet. We're moving into the planet that, I mean, the sign, the revolutionary sign. We're moving into the sign that doesn't take no for an answer. We're moving into the sign that progresses things forward. And so that's why I'm doing the Pluto series, because I think it's really important for people to understand Pluto and Aquarius. Okay. So for you, that area of life, as well as the generation. But that area of life is your eighth house. The eighth house is about after you've conjoined, after you've made a partnership in your seventh house, right? So think of it that way. After you've made your partnership in the seventh house, you're moving into the direction of how you're going to do this, and that's the eighth house, right? Um, Generational things come through the eighth house, like or the like you could inheritances can come through the eighth house, but it's more about building with people or building with your partner, right? And so for you, because this whole side is like lit up for you, it's telling me that you're in the beginning parts or the beginning stages of rebuilding. You're building your life again, and you've been through a lot, and you're no joke anymore. Like, I'm not saying that you can't be happy and sweet and whatever. I'm saying you know better now, and you're not going to make those same mistakes again. So, starting it off with the new moon in Aquarius, it's a new moon. It means so you want to focus on what you're building on. What is it that you're trying to manifest in this new moon? Because whatever you want to start in this new moon carries the weight of it coming to fruition, right? But it's Aquarius. So that to me, for you, tells me that it is a very different way than you've done before, but you're wanting to build this partnership. You're wanting to, whether it's some of you, I feel like it's like your business or a business that that you've just started. Others of you, it is the relationship and getting married or thinking about that part, right? Maybe you don't have a partner yet, but thinking about how you would do that and trying to manifest that, right? But there's some things. Pluto's about fear, so I just want to make this very clear right now. People are going to be getting notices, news, hear things that are going to make you kind of have a knee jerk reaction because Pluto brings up your fear. So for you, it would be dealing with partners, partnership, could be dealing with inheritances, could be dealing with the law. That's more the ninth, and I'll talk about that too. But this is basically anything that you have partnered with or your generation. So you could, out of nowhere, get some money it through this new moon because it is in a very different way. It's not going to come like it usually comes. That's Aquarius. Okay. So my advice to you, Cancers, is you're really empathic and you kind of, that's how you manifest with your empath. As an empath, that's how you manifest. I would really focus on feeling how it is you want your partnerships, whether that's in business or personal. Okay, because you're going to have some things come up in the next 20 years with this. For some of you that aren't that don't have somebody but are open, ready. You've worked on yourself because this is you are rebuilding your life here. I do see that you're rebuilding your life here. We have Venus and Mercury here in your seventh house. Um, so that tells me that partnerships are on the rise. That tells me that a partnership could be coming in, whether it's business. It could be a family member that wants to partner up with you. It could be uh, an actual relationships that wants to start with you, because that is and it's Capricornian, so it's gonna last. That's Capricorn. It's going to last. The other thing too is if you've decided I want a partnership with myself, because I've got things to build and I've got to get my life the way that I want it, I do feel like you will get some help, as in some outside source that would want to help you progress in whatever it is that you're trying to progress in. That's Capricorn, but it's long lasting and they're wise, okay, because that's Capricorn. So that would be in your seventh house. But the main thing here for your new moon in Aquarius, it's going to come differently. It's going to manifest differently than normal. And I'll say this for some of you. If forever you have been trying to manifest like the last 3, 4 years and nothing's come to fruition and it hasn't worked out and you had to like go searching yourself and why isn't the magic here and all of that, there's a couple of things that are going on with that and I'll talk about that in another video. But for you, I can see where you will feel so if that hasn't happened, I will see, I can see where you're going to get stuff happening again. Good stuff. Because for so long it's been not good stuff. Or you thought it wasn't good stuff, but it really caused you, I mean, there was a reason for it. But because it's Aquarius, I can feel like you're going to get gifted. You're going to get the thing that you want. You're going to get, and if that's a relationship, a long lasting relationship, kudos that you're going to get that. If it's the relationship that you have with yourself, you're going to get that. Like this or partnerships of some way is going to solidify and you're going to be like clear about how you want to do this and it's with love. It's with an open heart. It's with glee that I feel for some of you with this new moon. So just know the one last thing I want to talk about. So this new moon for you is about rebuilding. It's about, I feel some of you are like, what do I do? This is the time where you have a blank slate and you have the wisdom to do it right. So you've been through so much. Don't negate the fact that you went through so much. Like, understand that you are wiser. And so think of this as your blank slate. Like, I get to choose, I get to do, I'm in such a clear place. I don't have the chains bounding me. I'm free to do what I want. Now's the time to think about and feel what you want because that's what this new moon is about. And don't think about how you're going to do it. Think of that you want to do it. Okay? Feel how that would feel when you do it. What is it that you're trying to accomplish in the feeling? Are you trying to feel happy? Are you trying to feel peace? Are you trying to feel settled? Are you trying to feel stable? Are you trying to feel secure? Whatever that feeling is, do that in the new moon. If you need the ritual, because some of you need the ritual, you don't need it, but you like the ritual, don't forget to take the Epsom salt bath. You guys know that. I've told you guys that for the years. There's so many videos about me saying that and how to do that. 10 minutes, no longer, no shorter. 10 minutes salt bath, Epsom salt bath. And clear your energy because you guys are empathic. So it is important for you, water signs especially, to be clearing your energy every Friday. And that's only because it's a Friday. You've dealt with people all week long, and it's like, let's go into the weekend in our own energy, right? So, light your candles, do your sage. The sage will neutralize, okay? I'll say that again. Sage neutralizes the energy, okay? So, I know people, I heard and I saw some videos where some people were saying, sage will, you know, help protect me. It neutralizes, okay? Use it as a neutral to basically transmute the energy to be, I mean, have it transmuted to love. and then have it love you back, right? Do that. So, light your candles, do your sage. This is your sign. I mean, this is your ruling planet, the moon. You know how to work in the moon, so do what you need to do. But I want you to mentally and emotionally, I want you to focus on the feelings that you want, not how it's you're going to get it and what it looks like. I want you to focus on the feeling, okay? Now, here's the thing, last thing I'll say about this, and then we'll move on to the tarot. You have Saturn, which is in Pisces. Pisces has no form. Saturn has all form. So you've got Saturn in there trying to put form to the formless, right? With it being in your ninth house, that means it's trying to help you grow in what you believe in, how you believe in it, how did you come to those terms, and then how are you going to practice in that? That's Saturn. And it's going to take about 2 more years to do it. So you could be, because Saturn is in there, seeing your belief systems changing. Like something comes to you and you're like, I thought it was that way. And now I'm being open. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're really religious and you grew up thinking one way about Jesus. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You thought one way about Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit and all that, and then you are all of a sudden coming to terms with the fact that the Bible has missing pages, has missing books. It was written by men. You haven't been told the truth. Like all of that could be happening in your ninth house because the ninth house is about understanding or growing in your belief system and your religion. You also could be trying to, if some of you are wanting to take trips or wanting to go on travel, it's going to be a little bit harder. It's not that you can't, but you have Daddy Saturn in there. So whatever you do in this house, whether it's foreign, because this is the house foreign, uh, if you're trying to take travel, it's about travel into you can do it. You're just going to have to show daddy time or father time, daddy Saturn. You're going to have to show him that you mean it. So that means you have to put work behind it. So for those of you that are traveling, this may be why it's been a little bit harder for you. You have to do the steps. You have to take the action. You have to show Saturn that this is really what you want. This is not like, oh, I want to go on vacation, and then you never do anything about it because you won't get there. It's not like going to come to you automatically. You have to like put the work in. Okay. So just know that your belief systems are being challenged right now, and they will be for the next 2 years. That is the one thing. And it could be your belief system in partnership because this is so highlighted for you. Your belief systems and understanding how you want to do partnerships. I've told people, and if you watch my Pluto video, partnerships are going to look very, very different. Relationships are going to look very, very different in Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is eccentric and out of the box. So it could be that over the next 2 years you're trying to see where it your partnerships, whether personal or business, are done differently. And you're seeing your way through that to coming to the belief system. Okay. So that's all I'll say about that. I hope that helps. Let me know if you like this part. I know a lot of you love tarot and really want to know astrology, but you don't get it, and so you can't like grasp it. And so, and again, that's Saturn in Pisces, right? That's Saturn in the ninth house. So, um, this is why I'm doing it this way. My cousin, who's a Cancer, she's like, I love the way you do it in characters, and I've heard that many, many times. So that's why I'm trying to show you the astrology in the way that I know, okay, in the way that I get it. You know, as a medium, the planets talk to me, the stars talk to me. That's what I am, a translator, right? So I can read energy. And so they have these characters. So I know that I thought, well, this is an easier way to do it where you can kind of grasp it, and I'll try to walk you through it. So just hang in there, keep listening. Uh, I kind of feel like I don't even have to tell you to do that because you do that already. You've already proven that over the years. But so let's do the tarot now. There we go. All right. So I already, you know, shuffled them, and this is just a 4 card spread. And the reason I had shuffled them beforehand is because I really wanted to get in your energy. And these cards are really slippery. I love them. They're cool. I got them for Christmas. Um, but I that's why I did it before. So this is your foundation. This is where you're heading, or what energy's coming in, or what timeline, for some of you who like to do it, say it that way, what timeline's coming in, what energy's coming in, which way you're moving towards, right? And then this is what's standing in your way. What's, for some of you, you could say what's blocking you. What's for others of you, you could say, what do I have to get through to get to that, right? What understanding do I need, right? So that's like what's standing in your way. But this is your outcome, okay? So you guys have the King of Swords in your outcome. So this is for the new moon. This is for the new moon only, okay? So we're talking in the next month. Even though it's coming up on the 9th, you still have like a month for those projects, those things, those relationships for you guys, those partnerships to sort of flourish to the next phase, right? So for your foundation, you have the Five of Swords. So I feel like, let me put it up here. So I feel like for some of you, you are still dealing with some of the baggage, some of the, sorry, you're dealing with some of the baggage. I feel like you're trying to protect. I just heard they're trying to protect their sanity. That's what they're trying to protect. So I feel like you're trying to protect your sanity. I'll say that. That's what I was told. You're trying to protect your sanity, but there is something that you hold true. And I almost feel like it's your little jewel in a box. Does that make sense to you? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Because I've seen, it could be for a couple of people that are specific, but I'm seeing this like this crystal that's turning into a heart shape. It's put in a box that's like, so some of you, it's your heart. Your heart. You're like fighting for your heart. You're like fighting to keep your heart in a safe place, but you still want to. You're wise, okay? Much wiser than me as an Aquarius and whatever I do. Like, you're wise enough. And the reason I say this is because you have had your heart broken. Oh, devastating. Devastatingly broken. Not just once, and not just in romance, but like a lot of times. And you still keep that heart. Like, you still are fearless and go out, go for it. I love that. I love that. I wish I could do that. I can't always do that. Like, that's where I say you're wiser than me. I wish I had that, where you you have just been devastated several times. And some of you over the past 3 years, 4 years, I'm hearing 10 years, 10 years too. There's some 10-year ones here. Um, but you still have that earnest, genuine hope, which I love. I wish, I know that we all have it, but you just naturally have it. I have to work on it. So kudos to you. But right now it feels like you, I won't say gun shy because you're not gun shy, but it's like that. It's like you have your little heart here, and you're being wiser about the decisions you're doing. For some of you, I will say there's a very small percentage of you that are like still not wanting to change that thing. You're being really stubborn about it. Still not wanting to change that because you're afraid of the outcome. You're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of being without. You're afraid of, and you would rather just take the abuse. So there's no judgment there. Everybody has their path. This is what I do. I help people always. Okay. So I just want to tell you that I admire you for having your heart open and still having hope and still having, and it's earnest and genuine. It's not like I'm going to think it until it becomes it. It's like you genuinely are earnest about love. in all forms. So, right now, there could be some things around you that you feel like you need to protect yourself from. Uh, there could be some word that you're thinking you need to say but can't say or shouldn't say, or, because it's just going to cause some friction. But I see where you're going, and what's coming is the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, the Queen of Pentacles is a beautiful, beautiful queen. She has her eye on the prize, but it's not like she's keeping hold of it. It's like she knows with that one, she could make many, right? She's very generous. She's very kind. She's very, like, she's that one that when you walk in, you know she's in charge, but it's not because she's doing anything. It's because that's her stance, right? She's the kind one. Even though she's in charge, like it reminds me of really big, we'll just say like Taylor Swift. I don't know why she's coming up in my head, but like Taylor Swift, who's very, she's worth a lot. She is a lot. There's a lot of people around her, but she will look you in the eye and she will give you that time and she will help you if she can. Like that, that's where you're headed. For some of you, that's a person. Okay. That's what's coming in. This person, to me, it's the queen. So I know I don't have many males listening, but it could be a male for, that wanting a queen. It could be a female that's wanting a queen, but you've got that energy coming in. So, um, I also see because it's a pentacles, you're headed in the direction, if this is about partnerships but not romance, you're headed in the direction where you're going to get some relief. You're going to get someone that's going to help you out, not just with maybe monetary help, but also with wisdom, with if you're trying to start a business or started the business but don't know where to go or how to make it to the next level, or you've got some help coming in. Okay. So whether they back you up financially, could be financial because it's pentacles, but it's also wisdom. It's like they've done 10 companies and know how to make it $1 million company or $1 billion company, right? Like that's where I see you headed. For others of you, it is a partnership if that's not where you're headed. It's coming towards you, so you don't really have to do anything about it. But just know that with this manifestation that y'all are thinking about, with this new moon thing that you're thinking about, this is what the energy that'll be coming in. But you got to get through this. Yeah. You have to, you have to like, you, so what I'm hearing from my higher self is you've been through way too much to not take yourself seriously. Like you take others seriously, but you don't take yourself seriously. As in, you don't honor yourself in your feelings, right? So if you're feeling a certain way about something and or like you're being taken advantage of or there's some lies about you or there's some secrets around you, you need to face that because you didn't do this whole 3, 4, 10 years just to come to this point and not do anything about it. Does that make sense? Now this is what you're having to get through, and that is balance. Okay? That's the two of pentacles. I see y'all are building pentacles. I'm seeing swords for action and pentacles for the build, for the foundation, for the whatever it is that you're trying to build. And yeah, swords and pentacles is what I'm seeing. So you take action, you get the foundation. You take action, you get the stability. You take action, you're going to get all of that, okay? That's what I'm seeing. But you have to balance this. So whatever opportunities are coming for you over the next month, don't not have confidence in yourself and your decisions because you've been through a lot. So if it feels like, oh, I just got offered a new job, but I'm going to have to move, um, or I'm going to be working more hours. Like, really balance yourself in the decision and don't think that if you don't take one thing, another thing won't come because it is two. So, even if you don't take this offer or this opportunity, um, Where before I wouldn't see you taking the opportunity because you didn't want to change anything because you were afraid to offend people or hurt people's feelings or hurt somebody or hurt the way things were. I do feel like you're going to be more. Here's the thing. You may want to go back to the old habit of just leaving things as they are so that you don't disrupt anything. But this time it's about if you disrupt the things, you know better now. If you disrupt the things, if you take the opportunity, if it ruffles some feathers, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to end up balancing it. You're going to end up forming that great foundation with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? You got to get through this to get to this, okay? See how this is here? You got to save yourself, save and honor what you have built so far to build the more. That makes sense? And then here's the outcome, the King of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, the King of Swords, this is about a lot of you, this is about a relationship and people coming in. So I feel like this isn't necessarily a person coming in. I feel like this is the energy of the relationship. And that is, hold on a second, sorry, the King of Swords. Okay, this relationship, whatever, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's financial, whatever this energy is about having the things that being in a space of having the thing or having the things or having the relationship, but really both sides and all parties honoring it because you've all been through so much that you know this is something special and you won't just throw it away or do something to mess it up. The King of Swords has been through a lot, right? But it's very fair. The King of Swords is fair. So whatever parties are in this, whether it's, you have somebody coming in, it's this relationship where you're both honoring the relationship, the energy, what it is you're trying to build, right? And it will be built because it's a pentacles and a sword. So as you take action, as you do the right things, as you open yourself and let them know, as you balance the thing in this new moon, you will come to this energy. Does that make sense? So, yeah, the big thing here is to honor yourself. Honor what you've been through in the last 3, 4, some of you 10, because some of you it took 10 years to get rid of the old stuff. Uh, Honor that in yourself, and you're headed in the right direction. Okay? All right, my loves. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you. Be sure to, and oh, for those of you that have shared and liked and commented, I so appreciate it. And let me know how you're doing. I haven't talked to a lot of you in a long time. I am doing stuff again on my channel, so keep a lookout. Yeah, right now I'm doing the Pluto series and then this new moon, but there's some other stuff that's going to come out. So love you, love you, love you. Bye.